Today is a good day because when mail comes around and you get bourbon in it or whiskey or rye, it's always a good day. And 13th Colony came through with us.
Yep. So today we are going to review the Cask Strength Rye from 13th Colony, which I'm going to say this right now, I have been very excited for once I heard that they were going to do this.
Actually, me too. Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we are going to review the 13th Colony Cask Strength Rye.
Yeah, so if you all remember, when did we do the Cask Strength Bourbon? Was that last year? I feel like that was last year.
Yeah, I think it was last year because we pitted it against its normal brother and sister.
Yeah, little brother and little sister.
And we preferred the brother and sister for the price.
We did. But
Here,
ever since then...
Give a little pour. Let's see. Are the corks getting better? Nope. Listen, 13th Colony. We appreciate you sending this stuff. Make the cork better.
I think the cork's fine. I think it's just the awkward shape of the bottle. Anyways, just so you all know, 13th Colony did send us this bottle. So, to be fair, we've had a really good relationship with them. They've been very kind to
yes,
the
they
stuff
have
that
been
we
very
wanted.
kind. Yeah.
And we haven't always loved their stuff. So, but this is something we are truthfully really excited for just because I really like their rye.
It looks like it's the winter time and you're wearing one of those toboggans that have the ears.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. So really quick, they did send us some paperwork.
Oh, I love paperwork.
I just want to make sure that I'm saying everything that I need to say. This is a mid-August release. I think most places have already got it. I think like Bourbon Outfitters and all of them have already put it out for everybody. But a couple of things that are important. This is a 95.5 mash bill. It's available in 15 states: Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan, Missouri, Oklahoma,
etc.
South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas.
Texas.
With all of your online retailers, Sealbach and Bourbon Outfitters.
Yeah.
Suggested retail price is $89.99. And yeah, they've really expanded when it comes to states.
Yeah.
Because I remember they were only a handful of states.
It's awesome. Like, listen, when you make good juice, you need to get it to the masses.
Sure. And I believe this is supposed to be, 4 to 6 years old?
Yes, yep. 4 to 6 years old.
4 to 6 years old. So,
yeah.
Oh, and my number one thing I love about this, it's 120 proof.
Yeah.
I love that it's 120 proof.
I like a good high proof rye.
I was just down in Georgia. I was down in Atlanta for a few days. And every day I was like, I need to drive 13th Colony. I need to drive 13th Colony.
How close to Atlanta is it?
Not close. It's like 3.5 hours.
You're like, I need to go, but it's...
Well, it was like every day. Like I was down there. I was down there visiting friends and good friends at that. So, but with all that being said, I was so, like every day I was like, I should go. I shouldn't go. I didn't have the time because it was like 3 hours. It was like 3.5 hours one way, 3.5 hours back. So I was like, well, that's my whole day. I can only be down there for like an hour.
This has got a lot, like, to me, it's got a lot of ethanol in the nose.
There is some ethanol. I agree with that.
So sometimes it just takes a minute, like keep sniffing it. Mm-hmm. You'll get used to the ethanol and then you can really start to smell the notes on it.
There is, though, a very prominent note of like clover and brown sugar. And I can't think of a combo of that I've had. I don't hate it at all.
No, I definitely smell the brown sugar.
Yeah, the brown sugar is very
very prominent. There's a little hint of like, I get a little hint of like caramel in there, which is to me weird for a for a rye. But there's like a hint of it in there for some reason.
Oh, I can get down with that.
That is easy drinking.
Gosh, that's good.
Like it's like it tastes to me. It tastes like a rye.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
And at 120 proof, that's sneaky because it does not drink like 100%. Maybe it's because the other thing that we just drank before then drinks way higher than what it drinks. But that is crushable, like in so many ways.
Man, that's freaking. Ooh, man, that's good.
Yeah,
that is.
It coats really well.
I like that.
Yeah, it coats really well. The palate again, I just, to me, if you like rye, and you like a rye that tastes like a rye, this tastes like a rye.
You get a lot of like your traditional rye notes, like that. So that I agree with. Except I'm not getting a lot of like that lemon orange.
Yeah, I don't get any real citrusy notes to it.
You get a little bit of dill, you get a little bit of like that pine, like you get a little bit of like the forestry kind of notes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there's this great like merger of like the brown sugar in there. And I agree with you. On the nose, I didn't smell any caramel, but I agree with you. There's some caramel on the palate. Yeah. There's a little bit of chocolate on the palate that comes in. There's some bourbon notes that come in there.
Yeah, it really is.
And it just merges itself so well.
On the back side of the palate into the finish, you get more of a you get more of a bourbon feel.
I agree. This to me drinks like, think of like a Jack Daniel's barrel strength rye.
Yeah.
But there's more rye aspects of it in there. But man, like if you would have told me that this was a funky Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye pick.
Yeah, if I closed my eyes.
Yeah.
And said, put that in front of me.
Yeah.
I could get some Jack Daniel's notes in that for sure.
It would have been too much more, because, I always say like they make a bourbon drinker's rye. Like,
yeah. This
is definitely still more of a rye than like a quote unquote bourbon.
Yeah, but you get some bourbon notes on that back end with that caramel and just a little bit of, there's a little bit of sweetness right on that back end that you just kind of go, because the front end is not that way at all. It's very, I mean, listen, for 120 proof, that is good. Crushable.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be scared to leave that bottle at my house because I could drink a lot of that. For sure, I could drink a lot of that because it just it gives you your rye, your rye that you sometimes want, but then finishes as kind of like a good bourbon.
Well, I feel like
it's weird.
I feel like the back of the palate, it is still definitely bourbon, but you start getting more of like a dill note on the back end of the palate.
Yeah, you do get a dill note.
I'm sorry, on the finish. But man, it just lingers in there, and it's so good. There's like a mint chocolate in there now. That's really good.
All in all, that's really good. Well,
that is. I'll say this: wasn't the biggest fan of their cask strength bourbon, but man, their cask strength rye is.
I think we were not happy. Like the cask strength bourbon at $65-$70 probably would have been fine, but wasn't it like?
Well, you could buy two. In our market, you could buy the basic rye and bourbon for the same cost of the cask strength bourbon, and we just honestly, I think we just liked the basic bourbon more.
Yeah, we did.
But this blows both those two out of the water.
Yeah,
it blows all three of those bottles out.
Yes, this blows. Yeah,
this is really great.
It definitely does.
And I know not everybody's into rye, but like, if you're trying to like, okay, you've had a bunch of rye that's like a bourbon drinker's rye, and you want to step it up a little bit and go more into the rye side of things, go for this.
That front end of the palate is completely like just a rye palate, which I like. Again, I've come to the dark side. I'm a rye fan, so.
Well, what I like about like the spice is there the entire time, but it's not overpowering. Like you get so many nice notes in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's good.
Good job.
I'm impressed. Yeah. Good work. Did we tell you hit the like, subscribe, turn on notifications?
And check us out on Patreon.
Check us out on Patreon. And until next time.
We'll see you.
We'll see you.
I was in the middle of a drink there.
I know. That's all right. It's good.